Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight the Viking girls are getting ready to get back on the winning track as they travel to Bloomer to take on the Bloome Blackhawks. Coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Bloome Blackhawks and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Bloomer High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. By the way, if you're looking for tonight's boys' game between the Vikings and the Thorpe Cardinals, you'll find that on our sister station, NLWN-2. Simply search YouTube for NLWN-2, and that will take you to the game. So, it's time for some exciting high school girls basketball action, and all that's going to be coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls basketball game between the Bloome Blackhawks and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to get back to their traditional winning ways following their season opening loss to the Hudson Raiders 60-30. They're also looking to clean up some of the missteps they had in that losing effort. Now, in the loss to the Hudson Raiders, the Vikings played tough in the first half, leading much of the way, only to have the Raiders flex their muscle in the second half, where they held the Vikings to only 11 points. Now, leading the way for the Vikings was 5'7" sophomore McKenna Shipman, who hit on 3 field goals and went 4 for 8 from the free throw line for 10 points. Molly Hydorn and Ainsley Olsen followed, adding 5 points each. The Bloome Blackhawks opened their 2022-23 season on Thursday when they lost to the Barron Bears 52-36. Now, last year, the Blackhawks finished the season with a 10-win, 15-loss record before losing to the Osceola Chieftains 60-38 in the WIAA Regionals. This year, the Blackhawks look to replace 7 players who graduated from last season's squad. Look for 5'9" junior Danielle Latz to lead the way in scoring for the Blackhawks, as last year she averaged about 11.5 points per game, as well as hauling down nearly 7 rebounds per game. She'll be joined by junior Brooklyn Sarar, who added over 7 points per game and hauled down an average of nearly 4 rebounds per game. In addition, last year juniors Caitlin Jones and Sierra Siebel combined for over 8 points per game. These two also combined for over 4 rebounds per game. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And Coach, last Tuesday the Vikings dropped their season opener to the Hudson Raiders 60-30. That's kind of unfamiliar territory for the Vikings. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, I think it was just a learning point for us. So I know, we played pretty well first half and hung with them, but then second half I thought we just gave up way too easy. So, but the girls, came ready to work the next day in practice. I thought we've had a great couple of days of practice since then. And I think the thing I stress the most is that you can't just give up. You have to, fight and claw right to the very end.
Well, it seemed as though in that game the big difference was rebounding and quickness, both kind of favoring Hudson. They say you can't coach speed, but what are some things the Vikings can do to fix those issues?
Yeah, I mean, we knew going in that Hudson was, pretty much bigger than us, more athletic than us at almost every single position. So when you're outmatched like that or outsized, I guess, you just have to make up for that with, positioning and just executing and doing the little things. And I don't think that we did that game, but it was kind of the same last year. We started off with a loss and then, went quite a winning streak. So I told the girls, one game doesn't make or break our season. We just have to make sure that we learn from those mistakes and carry it, moving forward.
Now tonight, the Vikings take on the Bloome Blackhawks. What can you tell us about the Blackhawks and the challenges that they present?
I've only seen them play one time this year. Their best player was injured over the summer and won't be playing, so that kind of changes things for them. They graduated a big post presence, so I think they're kind of in that same spot that we're in, trying to figure out who they are right now. They have a ton of athletic kids, some good shooters, so and they play that matchup zone that we tend to struggle with at times. We just have to go in and make sure that the energy and effort is there, and that's kind of what I've been stressing in practice this week.
And they did lose their opener to the Barron Bears by a fairly lopsided score as well.
Yeah, I think I was at the game, and I think, they didn't play very well, I thought, in my, knowing Nikki and what, she's looking for. She's a great coach, and she's always got her kids ready to play. They missed quite a few shots, and I don't think that'll be the same story when they play us. We always get people's A game, so I'm not going to, take that into consideration. I do know that if we play well, I think things will go in our favor.
Now, you've kind of alluded to this already, but following a loss like what the Viking girls suffered last Tuesday, a team can either begin to doubt themselves or even be more motivated to show that what the score said isn't what they really are. And where would you say that these girls fall on that spectrum?
I would say maybe somewhere in the middle. I think a lot of the girls' confidence was really down, during Hudson, and, we've been trying to build that up this week, but also work on the things that I thought, made us really vulnerable and, put us in the position that we were in. So it's been a good week of practice, and I know, we have a lot of mentally tough kids who are, ready to bounce back.
Are there any changes we should look for in the Vikings tonight? Nope. Same group of kids.
Yep.
Okay. Coach Serrar, good luck on tonight's game, and hopefully the Vikings will get back on the winning track.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to get back on the winning track as they prepare to take on the Bloome Blackhawks. On the other hand, the Blackhawks would like to show that they are better than last season's 10-15 record. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment we'll send it out to Bloome High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the action of tonight's girls game between the Colfax Vikings and the Bloome Blackhawks. Again, if you're looking for the Viking boys game against the Thorpe Cardinals, that game is on NLWN-2. So, it's the Viking girls coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. It's here. It's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
And the long pass down and in by Hajdukovic.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Long pass down the floor to Olsen. She stops, puts it up, she hit it!
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Let's gets it over to the left side to Shipman, three-pointer. She hit it! McKenna Shipman with the three puts the Vikings on top 3-2.
Well, good evening and welcome to Bloome High School. Rick Olson here along with Lynn Nigaman doing our stats tonight, and Cassie Johnson-Nelson is on the camera tonight, and we're ready to bring you the Viking girls taking on the Bloome Blackhawks. Now both teams dropped their opener last week, and so both teams are looking to get back on the winning side of things. Especially the Vikings, they don't lose by 30 points very often, and so they're going to try to make something happen that's a little bit better than that tonight. We're getting close to game time, so I'm going to quickly run down the starting lineups for the Bloome Blackhawks. Number 0, junior Brooklyn Sarar. Number 1, junior Caitlin Jones. Number 10, a junior CC Sibel. Number 12, junior Isabel Rubenzer. And number 33, Riley Nelson. She's a junior for the Vikings. 5'6", sophomore. Number 4, Kaysen Goodell. 5'6", senior. Number 10, Molly Hydorn. 5'9", senior. Number 14, Ainsley Olson. 5'10", junior. Number 40, Jeanette Hajdukovic. And 5'7", junior. Number 42, McKenna Shipman. And I think we're just about ready for the national anthem tonight. And as the clock winds down, and we'll send it down to the scores table.
Good evening, basketball fans. Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Hawks Nest, where tonight the Bloome Blackhawks host the Colfax Vikings. Woo! school and the Commonwealth Conference. We hope you will enjoy this sporting event and leave with good memories of fair and friendly competition. The Commonwealth Conference has a long-standing reputation for quality sports competition and outstanding athletes. In order to retain this reputation and to make this event a positive educational experience, we ask athletes, coaches, and fans to conduct themselves in a sportsmanlike manner. And now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Here at Bloomer High School, and we'll send it right back down to the scores table for tonight's starting lineup, their version.
For the Colfax Vikings, number 4, a junior, Mason Goodell. And now for your Bloome Blackhawks.
And there we have the starting lineups, courtesy of the scores table. And again, for the Bloome Blackhawks, it's Sarar, Jones, Seibel, Rubenzer, and Nelson. And for the Vikings, Goodell, Hydorn, Olsen, Hajdukovic, and Shipman. Ainsley Olsen jumping center against Rubenzer. And we're just about ready to get things started. 18 minutes on the clock. The official's checking with everybody. He steps in the circle. Ball goes up and tip control by the Blackhawks. They feed it over onto the right side to Sarar. She gets it into the lane, back out to Sarar. Then out high, they swing it around to the left side. From the top of the key, the three-pointer is no good by Nelson, and the rebound chased down by the Vikings. Hydorn brings it down across the timeline. Feeds it over to the right side to Shipman. Back out to Hydorn. To Goodell. Cross-court pass over to Shipman. She puts the shot up, it's no good. Olsen with the rebound. Gets it out to Shipman. Cross-court pass is intercepted, and down the floor comes Jones. She feeds it over to Seibel. Now they get it over to Nelson on the right side. Back out high to Jones over on the right side into the lane. Hook shot going up and in by Seibel. 2-0, Bloomer on top. Heidorn across the timeline for the Vikings. Getting it over to Goodell. Back out to Heidorn. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Bloomer. Seibel with the rebound. They bring it down the floor. Three-point shot by Jones is no good. Rebound by Hajdukovic. Heidorn across the timeline. Takes it over to the right side to Shipman. On the right wing, out to Hajdukovic. Tries to feed it underneath to Olsen, but a little bit too high for her. So it'll be Bloomer ball. Vikings going to put some pressure on. Rubenzer inbounds it. Gets it to Sarar and then over to Jones. Jones cross-court pass intercepted by Shipman. And back down the floor come the Vikings. Heidorn on the dribble. Gives it to Olsen on the right side. Back out high to Heidorn to Shipman on the left. To Hajdukovic on the left baseline. Ball gets passed into the lane, tipped away. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. Jones on the dribble. Top of the key. She feeds it over to the left side to Sarar. Cross-court pass back over to Jones. Down into the lane. Ball gets knocked away by Hajdukovic and out of bounds. So Bloomer retains possession. Seibel with the ball. She gets it in to Sarar, who puts up the three, and it's good. 5-0. Bloomers on top. Heidorn with the ball. Feeds it over to the left side to Shipman. Back out high to Heidorn. Heidorn between the circles over to Shipman from three. It's no good. Rebound tipped and out of bounds. Last touch by Hajdukovic. I'll check that. I think they got Hajdukovic with a foul. So that's the first foul on Hajdukovic. First foul on anybody. Pass gets up across the timeline. They feed it into the lane, and losing control was Nelson, and the Vikings bring it back down the floor to Shipman. Out. Three-pointer goes up, no good. Olsen with the putback. She got fouled on the way up. Jada Anderson is in the lineup for the Vikings. Olsen at the line shooting two. First one's on the way. It's good. Nothing but net. Puts the Vikings on the board. Second shot on the way. In and out, no good. Jones brings the ball down the floor for Bloomer. Check that was Sarar. Gets it over to Jones. Back over to Sarar on the right side. Puts up the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Anderson. Takes it across the timeline. Puts on the brakes. Gets it to Heidorn. Heidorn at the top of the key. Ball gets stripped away from her. And down on the floor goes Sarar, and Heidorn picks it up. Into the lane, tries to feed underneath, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Fouls on McKenna Shipman. It's her first, second on the Vikings. Long pass coming in, and then across court over to Jones. He threw it into Rubenzer at the midcourt line, then she threw it across court to Jones. So Bloomer has it down on the left corner. Now they get back out between the circles to Jones. Over onto the left side to Petska. Ball goes up and in. 7-1. Bloomer on top. Heidorn with the ball. Or check, that was Goodell. No, it's Heidorn. Goodell has it. Then to Shipman. To Anderson on the right side. Low pass to Shipman off her foot. But Anderson picks it up. Heidorn had the ball taken away from her. Sarar got her layup knocked out of bounds by Goodell. 13:46 to go in half number 1. Bloomer on top, 7-1. Inbound pass to Rubenzer. And they get it to Petska. Back over to Seibel. To Rubenzer on the baseline. Now she feeds it back out to Seibel. Goes into the lane. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound taken away by Bloomer. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound batted around, and coming away with it are the Vikings. Shipman on the dribble. To Anderson. Now to Shipman down in the right corner. To Anderson. Anderson loses control of the ball, and Bloomer brings it down the floor. Down into the right corner. Jones with it. She gets it over to the left side, and going up is Petska. Shot is no good. Ball goes out of bounds off the knee of Seibel, and it'll be Vikings ball. Into the lineup for the Vikings is J.C. Bovey. Jeanette Hajdukovic checks back in. And we have several players going in for Bloomer. Addie Zwiefelhofer just checked in. Bovey on the dribble. Feeds it over to the right side to Shipman. Her pass got blocked right back to her. Long pass to Anderson. Back out high to Bovey. To Anderson on the left side. Back over to Bovey. To Shipman. High, wide, and right. Over to Anderson on the left side. At the free throw line, she gets it out to Shipman. Ball gets knocked away, and they're saying that Shipman just lost control, and it went out of bounds. Bloomer on the dribble. Long shot by Bloomer is no good. Rebound. Chased down by Bloomer. Ball goes into the lane. No good. Put back shot. No good. We got a whistle and a foul. Autumn Nigaman collects her first foul. And it's putting Caitlin Bowl to the line. Her shot is up. It's good. 8-1. Second shot is up. And ball went out of bounds, and it'll be Viking ball. And we have a timeout on the floor with 11:58 to go in the first half. It's Bloomer 8 and the Vikings 1. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at Bloomer High School, where the Vikings have dug a little bit of a hole for themselves, trailing 8-1. Bovey brings it across the timeline for the Vikings. Over to Anderson on the right wing. Back out high to Bovey. Bovey feeds it into the lane to Shipman. Feeds it down underneath to Hajdukovic. Puts the shot up. It doesn't go. And down the floor come the Bloomer Blackhawks. They feed it over to the left side to Jensen. Gets it into the lane, and now they get it out to Petska. Shot is no good. Rebound, putback shot is good by Zwiefelhofer. Bovee with it. Between the circles, gets it over to the left side to Anderson. Back out high to Bovee, swinging it over to a three-point shot. Goes up and in by Shipman. 10-4. Bloomer on top. Bloomer has the ball. Shot goes up, no good. That was a shot by Legisi. Bloomer got the rebound. They've got it over on the right side. Ball gets the handle lost by Bloomer and out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Olsen checking in for Shipman. And Bovee on the dribble. Feeding it over to the left side to Anderson. Back out high to Bovee. Over to the right side to Hajdukovic. Her pass got batted away and Bloomer has the ball. Down the floor they come. This is Nora Jensen on the dribble. She feeds it over to Petska. Down underneath and the shot goes up. No good. Put back. No good. And another put back is no good. That was Addie Zwiefelhofer with it. And Bloomer steals the ball away from the Vikings. And we have a traveling call being called against Riley Nelson. Goodell and Meadow Keltner are checking in for the Vikings. Bovee on the dribble. Over to Goodell, to Hajdukovic, to Olsen underneath. She can't hang on to the pass and it goes out of bounds. And we have a timeout on the floor. Oh no, it's substitutions. Several of them for the Blackhawks. They get the ball in to Jones. She feeds it over to Nelson. Back out to Jones. Over to Sarar. Between the circles. Takes it to the right side. Down low to Seibel. And the ball gets taken away by Olsen. Down the floor she comes. Puts on the brakes. Feeds it to Hajdukovic underneath. Puts it up. No good. And Bloomer brings it back down the floor. Seibel with it. Gets it over to Sarar. Feeds it into the lane. Shot goes up. It's no good. And we get a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on CC Seibel. Goodell with it across the timeline for the Vikings. Feeds it over to the right side to Keltner. Now it's back over on the left side to Hydorn. Back out high. Three-pointer on the way off the front of the iron. No good. Keltner with the rebound. Gets it into the lane to Hydorn. No good. And the rebound goes off of Olsen and out of bounds. Bloomer inbounds the ball. Shot from three-point by Nelson is no good, and we have a whistle and a foul. Jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. Olsen inbound to Goodell, and she brings it down the floor. Stops between the circles. Feeds it over to Hydorn on the left. Back out and over to Keltner. Then cross-court pass and a three-pointer in by Hydorn. Vikings trailing 10-7 now with 8:16 to go. Pass gets into Petska. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. It'll be the Blackhawks ball. Hydorn with some tough defense there. Seibel Gets it into Jones. Long shot, no good. Rebound, out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. Goodell brings the ball down the floor for the Vikings. Feeds it over to the left side to Hydorn. Tajdukovic tries to get it to Olsen, cutting the lane, and threw it right into the Blackhawks. They feed it down into the right corner. Now back out high to Jones, and then a long shot that time by Petska, no good. Vikings come away with the ball. Goodell on the dribble. Goodell feeds it out to Hydorn, over to Goodell, then a swing over to Keltner. Keltner ends up on her wallet, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Sarar. That's her first personal, third team foul on Bloomer. Goodell with the ball, high, wide, and right. Cross-court pass over to the left side, feeds it to Olsen in the lane, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound taken away by Bloomer. Right now, Bloomer kind of controlling the boards on both ends of the floor. Jones with it on the right side. Takes it over to the right wing, now back out between the circles. Pass over to Petska on the left side. Back out high to Jones. Jones with it, feeds it down, and the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it's Bloomer's ball. It went off of a Viking leg. Anderson back into the lineup. Keltner takes a seat. Inbound pass to Petska on the right side. Drives the right baseline. Tries a cross-court pass, out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. Tried that baseline bounce pass, and nobody was waiting for it on the other side. So Goodell across the timeline feeds it over to the right side or left side for the Vikings. Shipman gets it out to Hydorn to Goodell. Over to the right side to Anderson. Anderson tied up, loses the handle on the ball. Down the floor comes Bloomer. It's Sarar. Feeds it down low. Shot goes up and in by Caitlin Bowl. 12-7. 5-point lead for the Blackhawks. Hydorn tries to take it into the lane. She got shoved. And the foul's going to be on Brooke Petska. It's her first. Fourth team foul. Anderson inbound. Gets it into Shipman. Three-pointer on the way from Goodell is no good. Overshot it a little bit. And Bloomer comes down the floor. Jones with it. Gets it out to the elbow, and a shot by Caitlin Bowl is good. 7-point lead now for Bloomer, 14-7. 5:46 to go. Shipman with a three is no good. Rebound taken away by Bloomer. And down the floor they come. Petska on the dribble. Feeds it over to the left side to Nora Jensen. Puts up a three, no good. Rebound. Chased down by Hydorn. She lost the handle on it. Putting the shot up and in is Jensen. 16-7. Anderson with a three-pointer, missed. Put back, no good. Vikings cannot get a shot to drop. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. Long three-pointer on the way, no good. Petska with the rebound, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Goodell. That's her first personal. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. Bloomer with the ball. Petska to inbound it. She gets it out to Jensen. Jensen puts it up, no good. We got a whistle. And an offensive foul that time being called on Nora Jensen. That's Jensen's first, 5th team foul on Bloomer. Hydorn with it, feeds it down to Nigaman, puts up a baseline jumper. It's short. Loose ball on the floor. Olsen coming up with it, and then they're going to get her with a travel. She rolled from one butt cheek to the other, and that's a travel. But a lot of good hustle. Bloomer inbounds the ball. Long pass to beat the press. Down to Bowl. She feeds it out to Jensen. Shot from Petska is no good. Rebound chased down by Zwiefelhofer. Gets it over to Petska, puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. And it's going to be Viking ball. 4:18 to go in the first half. Vikings trail by 9. Hydorn feeds it over to the right side to Shipman to Olsen. Back out to Shipman. 3-pointer on the way. She hit the 3. McKenna Shipman with a 3-pointer. Long pass. We got a whistle and a timeout being called. So with a timeout on the floor, 3:54 remaining in the first half. It's Bloomer 16 and the Vikings 10. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School Girls Basketball. Our next game will be on the Monday, November 28th when the Vikings travel to Clear Lake to take on the Clear Lake Warriors. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking Pregame at 6:45 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, November 28th.
Vikings trailing by 6. Bloomer with the ball. 3:54 to go in the first half. They get the ball across the timeline over on the left side. Now they feed it into the lane, back out to the high point, and that's Legisi with it. And then she gets it out to Sarar, over to Jones. And to Bowl. Bowl feeds it out to Sarar. To Jones over on the left side. They get it out high. This is Sararo with it, taking it to the right side. She's on the right wing, closely guarded by Nigaman. To Jones. They feed it into the lane. Turnaround jumper's up, no good. Rebound put back up, it's no good. Whistle and a foul. Zwiefelhofer with the putback attempt and drew the foul. Foul was on Nigaman. It's her second. And Zwiefelhofer's first free throw is no good. Second shot. That one's good. (17-10). Bloomer on top. A low-scoring first half. Vikings feed the ball over to the right side. Back out high to Hydorn. To Shipman. Back to Hydorn. Over to Anderson on the right wing. Back out high to Hydorn between the circles. Over to Anderson on the right side. Down to the baseline to Olsen. She's in the right corner. Pass gets tipped, but Shipman picks it up, gets it over to Nigaman. Ball gets knocked away, and we have a foul on Bloomer. I think it's on Riley Nelson. It is. Foul's on Riley Nelson. It's her second. That's the 6th foul, which means the Vikings will be in the bonus from this point on. Feeds underneath Niggeman. She goes up. We have a foul, and she's going to go to the line for 2. Niggeman cut through the lane, and the pass went right to her. She went up and got fouled on the way up. That foul, by the way, is on CC Seibel. Free throw is up, no good. That's the second foul on Seibel, 7th on the Bloomer Blackhawks. Second shot now for Niggeman. That one's good. 17-11. Pass gets tipped, but Bloomer maintains control. Sarar with a long 3 off the back of the air, no good. Rebound chased down by Bloomer. They get it into the lane and then out high. Then over to Nelson, takes it into the lane. They feed it back out high. 3-pointer on the way by Jones is no good. And the ball gets kind of carried out of bounds by Rubenzer, so it'll be Vikings ball. 2:11 to go. Hydorn with it. Feeding it over to the right side to Anderson. Back over to Hydorn. Long pass to Shipman. She tries to throw up, but Bloomer intercepts it. Jones intercepted it and brings it down the floor. Gets it over to Sarar. Back out high to Nelson. She put up a 3 and hit it. Hydorn with it. To Shipman. Feeds it to Niggeman at the elbow. She gets it back out high to Hydorn. To Anderson. On the right side to Shipman. Lays it up and it goes in. McKenna Shipman with the shot. 20-13. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. The shot goes up. It's no good. Rebound by Olsen. Hydorn with the ball across the timeline. Feeds it over to the right side. They get it to Olsen on the right wing. She feeds it out high to Hydorn. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound tipped away. And Sarar with it. She gets it out to Nelson. Then down to the baseline. The shot goes up. It's no good. Ball's battled for. And they're going to call a traveling call on Niggeman. Jones went down kind of hard under the basket, and they're going to bring Petska in, give Jones a break. Ball comes in. Rubenzer then gets it down. 3-pointer on the way. That was by Nelson. And the Vikings come down the floor. And we're going to get a whistle. And the foul is on Seibel. That's her third, 8th team foul on Bloomer. So it's going to put Shipman to the line for the 1-and-1. 20-13. Just under 28 seconds remaining in the first half. First shot is up. It's good. Second shot on the way. That's also good. 20-15. Bloomer to inbound. Petska with it. Long pass down the floor to Bowl. Now they get it over to the left side. And back to Petska. Towards the lane to Bowl. Ball's loose. Picked up there by Shipman. 10 seconds to go in the half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have a Viking profile for you. It'll be Molly Hydorn. 3-point shot, long ways, no good, and that takes us to halftime. So the score at halftime is Bloomer 20 and the Vikings 15. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give
the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Found my heart out there in the open. Trees make you feel smaller. Can't help but get lost in. If I need a break, know where I'm going. Where the water's flowing, I'd rather be floating. If it's one thing that can count on to be free. If it's one place.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Time now for Viking Halftime, with today's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. That's coming up right after this.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to talk with Molly Hydorn. And Molly, you are a senior. That's what I thought. We've been talking for a few years now here at Colfax High School. And Molly, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
Yeah, I play or run cross country and track and field.
Pretty good cross country season this year, huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
You kind of ran away with the conference title and the sectional title and had a good showing at state?
Yeah, it was really good and fun to bring the team with. So.
Now, when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
I think I started in second grade playing up with the third graders, and it's just always been a consistent thing, and it's always so fun with my teammates and being able to work hard.
So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
You gotta be a good teammate and be coachable. You can't just not learn from the coach's advice, and you gotta work with your fellow teammates.
So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I like camping with my family and hanging out with friends and just doing anything active like hiking or biking.
Okay, you got your seatbelt fastened because here comes some rapid fire questions. Okay. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Now, do you like the chocolate chip with nuts in it or without the nuts?
Only oats. That's the only thing.
That's the only extra thing is oats? Okay. All right. I've had those. Those are good. Of course, any good homemade cookie is tops for the day. I mean, it works. Your favorite color and why?
Blue, because I've liked it forever, and I always wear that color. So.
Sounds like that's your favorite then. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Probably speed, because then I could be faster both in races and on the court.
Now, if you had a superpower like speed, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Molly Hydorn's superhero name?
Not original, but probably Speedy.
Speedy. Okay. You know what? If it works, it doesn't need to be original. All right. Do you have a favorite NBA or WNBA team?
Minnesota Lynx.
Okay, very good. How about a favorite college team?
UConn.
UConn, all right. Now, is there any basketball player that you admired growing up that's kind of inspired you in the way you play?
Maya Moore. She is retired now, but just her character on and off the court was inspiring.
Okay. We're talking with Molly Hydorn on Viking Profile. And Molly, what are your plans for after high school?
Going to college and hopefully running in NCAA athletics.
Do you know where you're going?
Not yet. I'm undecided.
Okay. How about a shout out to your family?
Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it.
So when people are watching Viking games, what number do you wear and where are they going to find you on the floor?
I'll be number 10 and I'll be point guard, so heading it up with the ball.
We want to thank Molly Hydorn for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Bloomer High School. Rick Olson along with Lynn Nigaman keeping the stats for us. And let's run through those real quick as the Vikings are trailing by a score of 20-15. The Vikings leading scorer so far is McKenna Shipman. She has 10 points on the game, followed by Molly Hydorn with 3. Ainsley Olson and Autumn Nigaman each have a point. For the Bloomer Blackhawks, they're currently being led by Caitlin Bowl with 5 points, followed by Brooklyn Sarar with 3. And then we have Nora Jensen, Cece Seibel, Isabella Rubenzer, all have 2. Addie Zwiefelhofer and Riley Nelson each have 3. And that gets us to 20-15. At halftime over in Colfax, it's the Vikings 24 and the the Thorpe Cardinals have 17. So the Vikings leading in the boys game, which is on our sister station, which is NLWN-2. In the JV game tonight, Vikings came out on top in that one by a score of 44-29. Bloomer to get the ball to start the second half. They get it in to Jones. She feeds it. Oh, now Jones has it. Feeds it into the lane. Back out to Jones. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound being fought for. Shipman gets it. And down the floor comes McKenna Shipman. Feeds it over to Hydorn between the circles. Gets it into the lane to Hajdukovic. Over to Anderson. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Rubenzer. And the Vikings will maintain possession. Anderson to inbound. She feeds it in to Hajdukovic. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Olsen tries to put it back and got fouled on the way up. And the foul is on Isabel Rubenzer. It's her first personal. First team foul on the Blackhawks. Olsen's first shot is off the back of the iron. No good. Second shot is up. It's also no good. And Bloomer brings the ball down the floor. Cross-court pass was intended for Jones. Got knocked away, but she chased it down. Feeds it over to the right side to Nelson. Then into the lane. Shot goes up, no good. And ball gets knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Bloomer ball. Cece Seibel tried the shot from in the lane. She's going to inbound the ball. She gets it over to Sarar on the right side, out high to Jones between the circles. Now they've got it over on the left side. Jones has it. Then down to Nelson. Her shot is no good, and ball is out of bounds. It will be Bloomer's ball. Seibel inbounds it. Now she's got it on the right side to Nelson. Back out to Seibel. To Rubenzer. Out high to Jones. To Sarar on the left side. To Nelson. Ball gets knocked away. And the Vikings have it. Hydorn with it between the circles over to the left side to Anderson. Back out to Hydorn. And the pass gets intercepted by Bloomer. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. Nelson with it. Long shot on the way. Rattles around, out and in. That was Sarar, I think. And Lynn over here tells me I was right. Shot goes up and in for McKenna Shipman, and she drew the harm on the way. I guess that's doing the three-pointer the hard way. Let's see if she can capitalize on it. Shots on the way. No. Rebound taken away by Bloomer. And down the floor they come. Over onto the right side to Sarar. She gets it out high to Petska. Petska over to Jones. Jones cross-court pass. Over to Petska to Rubenzer. Out to Sarar. To Seibel. To Jones. Petska has it. To Sarar. She puts up a three. It's no good. And the rebound's chased down by Bloomer. Three-pointer going up. No good. Rebound. Again, chased down by Bloomer. Sarar with it on the right side. Feeds it to Rubenzer. Back out high to Jones. To Petska from the wing. In and out, no good. And the Vikings have the ball. Shipman feeds it down to Hajdukovic. She lays it up and it goes in. Jeanette Hajdukovic getting some points. Petska on the dribble, 23-19. Long shot off the back of the air, no good. Rebound being battled for. Jones comes away with it. Gets it out high to Seibel. To Rubenzer in the lane to Seibel. Takes it towards the hole. She got fouled going up. Jump ball called. It was not a foul. 23-19. Heidorn with it. Vikings trailing by 4. Scrapping their way back in. Anderson with it on the left. Back out to Heidorn. To Shipman. Long pass over to Hajdukovic. She put it up. It's a two-pointer. 23-21. Pass gets knocked away. Bloomer hangs on. Sarar with it. Gets it out high to Seibel. Then over to Petska on the left side. To Jones, down to the left corner, into the lane, back out to Jones, puts the shot up, no good. Hajdukovic chases the ball down, gets it to Heidorn. Vikings down the floor. Heidorn with it. Anderson with a three-pointer. She hit the three-pointer and the Vikings take the lead. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Vikings 24, Bloome Blackhawks 23, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFem is a slam dunk. That's FitFem Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Back here at Bloomer High School, where the Vikings have just taken the lead over the Bloomer Blackhawks, 24-23. 13:45 remaining. Seibel inbound. Vikings putting pressure on. Inbound pass and gets it right back to Seibel, and she brings it down the floor. Covered by Nigaman. Gets it across the timeline to Petska. Petska between the circles, feeds it down into the lane, and then back out to Jones on the left side. Cross-court pass over to Petska. Three-pointers up, no good. Rebound being fought for, and coming away with it is Bloomer. Jones on the dribble. They get it out high to Petska, to Sarar. Back out to Jones. To Bowl. To Seibel, and then to Petska. To Sarar. Then over on the left side to Jones. Sarar drives, kicks it back out to the outside. That's to Bowl, and then to Seibel. Seibel with a three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken away by Hajdukovic. Down the floor comes Heidorn, and we have a collision. And the foul is going to be on Petska. That's her second personal. Third team foul on Bloomer. Jones comes out. Seibel comes out. Zwiefelhofer in. And Jensen is in. Vikings have the ball. Pass gets tapped away. And the Blackhawks have it. Sarar on the dribble. Gets it over to Jensen. Down to the baseline to Zwiefelhofer. Now they get it out to Jensen, who puts up a three and hits it. Bloomer back on top, 26-24. Down the floor comes Heidorn. Over to Shipman. Back out high to Heidorn. To Goodell. Three-pointer no good. Rebound tipped around. Chased down by the Vikings. To Goodell. To Shipman in the lane. Gets it to Heidorn. Puts it up and in. We're tied at 26. Pass down the floor to Jensen. Cross-court pass to Petska. Shot goes up. It's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. So the Vikings bring the ball down the floor with Heidorn. She feeds it over to Shipman, gets it into the lane to Hajdukovic. We have a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on Jensen. It's Jensen's second, fourth team foul. Into the lineup is J.C. Bovey for the Vikings, giving Heidorn a break. All tied at 26. Ball comes into Nigaman. Out to Bovey. To Shipman. Cross-court pass. Over to Goodell. Ball gets knocked away, and we're going to get a foul, a reaching-in foul. And that's another quick one on Jensen. That's going to be her third foul now, and the fifth foul on the Blackhawks. Bovey on the dribble between the circles. Feeds it over to the right side. They try to get it into Hajdukovic, and it gets knocked out of bounds by the Blackhawks. Was knocked out of bounds by Bowl. Inbound pass to Hajdukovic. She puts the shot up, no good. Rebound by Shipman. Gets it over to Bovey. Bovey takes it into the lane, and they're going to get her with a travel. Drag that pivot foot, and she tried to get the pass off. Just under 11 minutes to go in the game. Petska with it in the backcourt. Vikings putting some pressure on to Sarar. They feed. Oh, and that's an over and back call. She had not established her possession in the forecourt. And they made the pass back to her before she got into the forecourt, and it was over and back. So the Vikings have it. Nigaman to inbound. She gets it into Bovey to check that to Goodell. Out high to Bovey. To Shipman. Drives into the lane. Gets it out to Goodell. Puts up the three. She hit the three-pointer. Kaysen Goodell with the three-pointer. And the Vikings go on top by 3. Bloomer with the ball. Jensen has it. Feeds it into the lane. To Zwiefelhofer. Shot goes up. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on Olsen. That's her first personal. First team foul on the Vikings. Caitlin Bowl at the line to shoot 2. Shot goes up. No good. Second shot on the way. It's off the back there, no good. Rebound taken down by Bloomer. They get it out high to Petska, over to Jones. Then down into the lane to Zwiefelhofer. Loses the handle. Coming away is Goodell for the Vikings. Shipman on the dribble as she comes down the floor and into the forecourt. Feeding it over to Bovey, out to Olsen, and then the three-pointer. Hit it! Kaysen Goodell with another three-pointer. 32-26, Vikings up by 6. Zwiefelhofer with it. She gets it out high into the lane is Jensen. Her shot's no good, and the Vikings come away with the ball. Olsen has it at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Goodell. To Shipman. Turnaround jumper from in the lane off the iron, no good. And we have a whistle Then they're going to say Case and Goodell with the body. That's the second foul on Goodell. Second team foul on the Vikings. We have a mess of substitution. We're going to get another one here. All right, Seibel to inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. She gets it in, gets it back, over to Rubenzer, and then over to Jones, takes it down the left side. Back out to Seibel at the top of the key. To Jones circling around. She's between the circles. Then gets it over to Lagasse. Back out to Seibel. To Jones, back to Lagasse. To Jones, to Seibel, to Rubenzer, puts it up, no good. Rebound, battle around, tip, and no. Shot goes up by Jones off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound chased down by McKenna Shipman for the Vikings. She'll bring it down the floor to the top of the key, take it over to the right side. Back to Shipman. Ball gets tipped, and Rubenzer comes away with it. 8:31 to go. Jones has it on the left side, drives down the side of the lane, puts it up, and they're going to get a foul call. Jones kind of slow getting up off the floor. Olsen got her with the body as she went up. So Caitlin Jones' first shot is up. It's good. Anderson into the lineup for the Vikings. Jones' second shot is up and good. Vikings up by 4, 32-28. Heidorn brings it across the timeline. Feeds it out to Nigaman, over to Heidorn. Between the circles, over to the left side now to Anderson. Back to Heidorn. Heidorn feeds it to Olsen, back out to Nigaman. Three-pointer just off the iron. But the ball chased down by Jada Anderson, but now taken away by the Blackhawks. Taking it into the hole, putting it up, no good. Rebound tapped out to Jones. Ball gets blocked. And Bloomer has it. Sarar with it. Feeds it down underneath the Seibel. And we have a tie-up. Jump ball being called. Possession arrow in favor of Bloomer. Seibel to inbound. They get it out to Nelson. Back out high to Jones, to Sarar. Takes it over to the left side. Now back out between the circles to Seibel, to Jones. High, wide, and left. Over to Nelson. Ball goes up, gets tapped away by the Vikings, and down the floor they come. Heidorn on the dribble, feeds it over to the right side. Nigaman puts the shot up, it's no good. Can't quite get it before it goes out of bounds. It'll be Bloomer's ball. Vikings putting some pressure on. Seibel to inbound. She gets it into Nelson, back to Seibel, to Rubenzer. Rubenzer feeds it over to, well, now they get it to Jones in the forecourt. Rubenzer runs into her, gets the ball, feeds it out to Sarar, puts up a three, it's no good. Whistle and a foul on Nigaman. That's a third foul on Autumn Nigaman. Fourth foul on the Vikings. Blackhawks to inbound. Sarar has it. Feeds it high to Jones. Back to Sarar, into the lane to Rubenzer. Turnaround, no good. Seibel lays it back up and in. 32-30. Feeding it to Olsen on the right baseline to Hajdukovic underneath, and she lays it in. Vikings back up by 4, 34-30. Inbound pass, and the Blackhawks can't control it. That time the pressure got to them. And so the Vikings will have the ball. They feed it in to Hajdukovic, to Olsen, puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks, long pass on the floor to Sarar. Tries to go up with it, does not. Olsen comes away with the ball. Now we're going to get a travel call on Olsen.
Where's the push? Let her push up.
And we have a foul on the inbound attempt by Bloomer, and it's going to be a foul on Isabel Rubenzer. It's her third, sixth foul, which means the Vikings will go into the bonus. They feed it over to Shipman on the right side, to Olsen down in the right corner, back out to Shipman. Having trouble hanging on to the ball. Hydorn with it, gets it over to Hajdukovic. Shipman does a shake and bake, goes up, draws the harm. Shot was no good, but she'll go to the line for two. (34-30). First shot is up, and it's good. Into the Blackhawk lineup is Nora Jensen. Second shot is on the way. It's good. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. Jones with it. Feeding it over to the left side to Petska. Puts the shot up. It went in. 36-32, Vikings on top. Hydorn with it. She feeds it over to Shipman. To Hajdukovic. To Shipman in the lane. Puts it up, and it's good. (38-32), Vikings by 6. Blackhawks with it. Sarar feeds it out to Seibel. Back over to Sarar from the corner. Puts it up, no good. Hajdukovic grabs the rebound. Hydorn with it. Vikings looking to extend their lead. To Hajdukovic. To Olsen. Lays it up, and it puts it in. 40-32. Biggest lead of the night for the Vikings. And we have a timeout on the floor. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
And we're back here at Bloomer High School, where the Vikings have just opened up a 40-32 lead over the Bloomer Blackhawks. Bloomer has the ball. By the way, in the other game tonight, the Colfax Viking boys are leading Thorpe 39-31 with just under 5 minutes to go in that game on our sister station, NLWN-2. Blackhawks bring the ball down the floor. Shot goes up, and we're going to get a foul on Hajdukovic, I believe. Jeanette Hajdukovic with her second foul. That's the 5th team foul on the Vikings. Petska at the line. Shot goes up, it's good. Second shot on the way, it's also good. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Anderson feeds it down to Olsen on the right side. Back to Anderson. Loses the handle, but feeds it over to Hajdukovic. Back out, high to Heidorn. Takes it out between the circles, resets things. Feeds it over to the right side to Shipman. Shipman drives into the lane, lost the handle on the ball. Down the floor come the Blackhawks, but the ball gets stolen away by Hajdukovic. To McKenna Shipman, she takes it up, and they're going to get her with a charge. Shipman with the charge. It's her second foul, 6th foul on the Vikings. That'll put both teams in the bonus. Jensen with the ball. Ball gets tipped and chased down by Olsen. Feeds over to Shipman. She lays it in. And we get a timeout on the floor. With the score, Vikings 42, Blackhawks 34. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
September is College Savings Month. Whether you're a new parent or your child's already off to high school, it's a good time to think about the future. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense your family will bear. Dairy State Bank offers a variety of savings accounts, as well as other options that may offer greater return, but with more risk. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
42-34, Vikings on top. 4 minutes exactly remaining in this one. Hats off to Cassie Johnson-Nelson up there above us. She's directly above us, just a couple feet, giving us the great camera shots tonight. Inbound pass, almost stolen by the Vikings. Now scrap for on the floor. And we've got a jump ball called. Olsen got in there and tied up Sarar. And the Vikings have the possession arrow. Anderson to inbound. Gets it to Hajdukovic. Puts it up. No good. Olsen with the putback. No good. Olsen puts it back up again. And this time it goes in. 44-34, Vikings by 10, biggest lead of the night. Sarar with it, gets it over to Jensen, to Jones at the top of the key. Feeds it down into the right corner to Seibel. It's no good. Olsen with the rebound. Heidorn with it through the center circle. Over to Olsen on the right wing. Ball gets tipped away from her from behind. Olsen goes diving in for it, and she's going to get called for the foul. She didn't like that call too much. It's her third personal, 7th team foul, so Bloomer goes to the line for the 1-and-1. First shot is up, no good. That was Jones putting that up. Heidorn getting the rebound for the Vikings, and Shipman brings it down across the timeline. Shipman drives to the right side, feeds it off to Olsen. And a whistle and a foul on Petska for the reach this time. Olsen's going to go to the line for the 1-and-1. That's the third foul on Petska. 8th team foul on Bloomer. Shot goes up. It's no good. Bloomer with the rebound, and Sarar brings it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Seibel, to Jones on the left side, to Jensen, back to Jones. Left baseline jumper is no good. Olsen chases it down, gets tied up, spins away, gets it to Hydorn. Hydorn across the timeline, loses the handle, gets it over to Olsen. To Hajdukovic, back out to Olsen on the left side. Back out high to Shipman in the center circle. To Anderson. Anderson between the circles. Over to Olsen on the left side, and we got a whistle and a foul. Another one on Petska. That's her fourth. Olsen will go to the line for the 1-and-1. 2:31 remaining. Olsen's shot is in and out, no good. And the Blackhawks down the floor. Sarar gets it over to Jones on the left side. Back to Jensen between the circles. To Seibel on the right. To Jensen. Back to Sarar, all on the right side. Jensen from the corner. Shot is no good. Rebound. And out of bounds. And they're going to say it was off of Jones. Oh, they got her with a foul. She went over the top. And so this should be a double bonus. It's going to send Jada Anderson to the line, I believe. Nope, McKenna Shipman to the line. So the foul's on Jones. It was her first personal. 10th team foul, so the Vikings in the double bonus from here out. Shot's no good. And a lot of players thought that it was just a regular bonus. Second shot on the way. That one's good. 45-34. Vikings by 11. Blackhawks come down the floor. Jensen with it. Feeds it out to Petska from between the circles. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Jones chases down the long rebound. To Jensen. They're on the left side. Jensen, they're going to get her with a carry. The ball got a little bit away from her and dribble got a little bit high and she turned it over. So Anderson for the Vikings to inbound. She gets it into Olsen and they tie it up. And it's going to be possession arrow in favor of the Blackhawks. Petska to inbound. Into the backcourt to Jones. Across the timeline. To Sarar down in the right corner. They feed it back out to Petska. Shot goes up and in by Jones. And a timeout being called by Bloomer after the made shot. And with that timeout on the floor, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have along with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Hello there, Vincent the Turkey here, and you know that Thanksgiving is a time for gathering together. If I get to Thanksgiving without being someone's main course, I would like to invite you and yours to gather with me for the Northern Light Webcasting Network's Thanksgiving Gathering. They have gathered some of the best Thanksgiving-themed old-time radio programs just to share with you. That's a Thanksgiving gathering on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Thanksgiving night starting at 7 p.m.
Vikings to inbound the ball. Inbound pass to Olsen. She tried to pass it back to Anderson. Got knocked out of bounds by Bloomer. We got a minute 30 to go in this one. Vikings on top by 9. And the inbound pass gets tied up, and they're going to get Petska with a foul. That'll be it for Petska tonight. Fifth foul. She leaves the game with 4 points. And Molly Hydorn to the line for 2. First shot's up, no good. Second shot off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Over to Olsen. Vikings going to kill a little bit of clock here. They get it to Olsen. Out to Shipman on the left side. To Anderson on the right. Way out high to Olsen on the right side. She takes over between the circles. To Hydorn. Over to Shipman. This is one of the trademarks of Viking basketball. Shipman to Hydorn. Hydorn to Olsen. Olsen with it. Over to Anderson. Cross-court pass over to Shipman. Shipman, and she got fouled by Sarar. So McKenna Shipman to go to the line for 2. 45.4 seconds remaining. First shot's up, no good. Second shot on the way. That one's good. 20 points on the night for McKenna Shipman. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. 46-36. Vikings by 10. Sarar with it. Feeds it over to the left side to Nelson. And the Vikings come away with the ball. 32 seconds. Ball gets knocked away and out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Seibel knocked it away. Anderson to inbound. She gets it into Olsen. Feeds it to Hydorn. Quickly into the forecourt. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Nora Jensen. It's her 4th. Molly Hydorn to the line for 2. First shot is up. No good. Second shot on the way. It's no good. Off the back of the iron. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. And we have a timeout on the floor. Bloomer Blackhawks trailing the Vikings 46-36, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School Girls Basketball. Our next game will be on Monday, November 28th, when the Vikings travel to Clear Lake to take on the Clear Lake Warriors. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking Pregame at 6:45 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, November 28th.
Join us on NLWN2 for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball.
This is what we came in for!
Our next game will be on Tuesday, November 29th, when the Vikings travel to Amory to take on the Amory Warriors. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN2 begins with Viking Pregame at 6:50 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking boys basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 on Tuesday, November 29th.
Bloomer with the ball. 10 seconds remaining in this one. Long three-pointer goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Jones. 3 seconds remaining. Another shot goes up. It's no good. 0.6 of a second remaining. This one goes into the victory column for the Vikings. And there's the buzzer to make it official. Final score in this one, Vikings 46. And the Bloome Blackhawks 36. That'll make the Vikings record 1-1 on the season. Bloomer will drop to 0-2, and we'll have a lot more information about this coming up on Viking Postgame. You've been tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Postgame, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Time now for Viking Postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking Postgame.
And we're back out here at Bloomer High School, where the Vikings have just come away winners against the Bloome Blackhawks by a score of 46-36. First half, the Vikings really struggled. We had a 24-17 halftime score, and the Vikings just couldn't seem to get shots to go anywhere near the basket, much less dropping through. And they were also getting out-rebounded and, just to be perfectly honest with you, out-hustled by the Blackhawks in the first half. But they switched things around in the second half and really scrapped their way and found a way to come out on the positive end by a 46-36 score over the Blackhawks. Taking a look at the scorebook, and a big thank you to Lynn Niggeman for keeping that for us tonight. We take a look here at the Bloome Blackhawks. They were led in scoring tonight. Make sure I have the right team here. There we go. Brooklyn Sarar was the leading scorer for the Blackhawks with a couple of three-pointers, and she had 6 points. She was followed by Nora Jensen, who had a field goal, a three-pointer for 5 points, as well as Caitlin Bowl, who had 2 field goals and went 1 for 4 from the free throw line for a total of 5 points. Her points were all in the first half. Caitlin Jones had 4 points on 2 free throws and a field goal. Also, CC Seibel had 2 field goals for 4 points. And Brooke Petska, who had a field goal and 2 free throws for 4 points. In addition, they had Addie Zwiefelhofer with 3 on a field goal and a free throw. Riley Nelson hit a three-pointer for 3 points. And Isabel Rubenzer hit a field goal back in the first half for 2 points. And that comes out to 36 for the Bloomer Blackhawks. For the Vikings, they were led in scoring, and I do see Coach Serrar starting to head across the floor. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'll give you the Vikings scoring right after we take a timeout, and we're going to have Coach Serrar up here in just a moment. So you're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with sodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker hordes.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Well, we're back here at Bloomer High School, and the Vikings have evened their season record up at 1-1 with a 46-36 victory over the Bloomer Blackhawks. We're joined right now by Coach Serrar. And, Coach, tale of two halves.
Yeah, I thought first half, we weren't very good. We just seemed kind of soft. We didn't come out, ready to play, and you can tell by the score of the first half, I, was happy to be only down 5. But second half, we were a completely different team. I kind of got after them, after halftime and said, we just need to play harder, and they responded, and I was impressed.
And you could really see that on the floor. You could see people throwing their bodies around, going after the ball, which is something they did not do. They were getting out-rebounded on both ends of the floor in the first half, and it wasn't even close. And then in the second half, they were scrapping for everything that was out there on the floor.
Yeah, we definitely got out-rebounded, I know, for the whole game, for sure. We didn't do a very good job of boxing out. We just kind of relied on, our athleticism, and sometimes that just doesn't work. So Bloomer did a good job of having position and then kind of pushing us underneath the hoop. So, but again, I was impressed with our ability to respond and play second half.
Nice evening tonight for McKenna Shipman, put up 20 points. That's the first of, well, let's hope many of those nights for her.
Yeah, I thought, Kenna, definitely battled through some stuff. She's always just going to play hard, so that's one, thing you can count on with her is, she'll always give you 100% effort regardless if the ball is going in or not. But I was super impressed with a lot of kids. I thought Jada made a huge 3 for us, to tie the game. Kaysen knocked down, 2 threes. Ainsley and Autumn, defended their hearts out. They were always diving on the floor, tips on the press, and some of that little stuff just kind of goes unnoticed. So.
And even the times that Ainsley had a couple of fouls that were, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Ainsley took it just in stride. She just kind of laughed because I think she realized it showed her aggressiveness out there and that she was making things happen.
Yeah, for sure. We'll always, as long as you're working hard and being smart, we don't mind, fouls like that. So.
Well, congratulations, 46-36. That's a nice win tonight for the Vikings. And up next,
Clear Lake on Monday.
That's right. I knew I was going somewhere Monday. So, yeah, we'll head over to Clear Lake, and you may have your hands full with that one. They look like they might be loaded this year.
Yeah, they lost their 2 best kids and the 2 Rosine kids, but, they got some athletes who can play, so.
Well, and, hey, you did well. The boys came out on top 45-40 against Thorpe, and so.
Nice.
Good night for Colfax Viking Basketball.
Yes.
And we'll have more Viking Postgame right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
And we're back here at Bloomer High School. I want to finish those scoring numbers for you. For the Vikings tonight, they were led by McKenna Shipman, we just mentioned, with Coach Serrar. She put up 20 points tonight. She did it with a couple of three-pointers and, 4 field goals and 6 of 9 from the free throw line, and that all came out to 20 points. Also scoring well for the Vikings tonight, Jeanette Dukovic turned it on in the second half, picked up 8 points on 4 field goals. Kaysen Goodell had 6 points on 2 real critical three-pointers that she hit. Ainsley Olsen had 5 points. She had a free throw. She struggled a little from the charity stripe, though. She went 1 for 6. But she did pick up a couple of field goals as well, so she had 5 points. Autumn Nigaman had a free throw for a point. Jada Anderson hit a three-pointer for 3. And that brought the Vikings to 46 points. So that final score, once again, is Vikings 46 and the Bloomer Blackhawks 36. As Coach Serrar reminded us, Vikings go to Clear Lake on Monday, so make sure that on Monday you join NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network. That's on the 28th as the Viking girls travel to Clear Lake to take on the Clear Lake Warriors. Live coverage begins with Viking pregame beginning at 6:50 p.m. and that will be followed by all the live play-by-play action. That's Colfax Girls Basketball, Monday, November 28th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also, don't forget to join us on our new channel, NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network on Tuesday, November 29th, as the Viking boys will travel to Amory to take on the Amory Warriors. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame beginning at 6:50. And that'll be followed by all the live play-by-play action. That's Colfax Boys Basketball on Tuesday, November 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2. Also, don't forget to start making your plans to tune into either the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service or NLWN-TV for our Thanksgiving Gathering 2022. We will bring you the finest in Thanksgiving-themed old-time radio programs. That's Thanksgiving night beginning at 7 p.m. on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Please remember that tonight's Colfax Viking High School basketball game has been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Dr. Buckley and his friendly staff take care of your pet. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley. Anderson Bridges, who've been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, with drinks that taste as good as their names sound. Plus, they're healthy. So be sure to thank these fine sponsors that bring you Colfax Viking Basketball right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Lynn Nigaman and Cassie Johnson-Nelson, this is Rick Olson, and that final score, once again, Vikings 46 and the Bloomer Blackhawks 36. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.